Good morning. Welcome to the Mindfulness Broadcast. I want to share today, I'm going to actually share my screen. Let's see if I can do this. Where you're, okay, let me get over here. All right, are you all looking at an article by Harvard Business Review? I'm hoping that's what you're seeing. I know Polly will let me know if it's not.
Not on the full screen view.
Not on the full screen, okay. All right, well, you know what I do? I will just tell you about this article from Harvard Business Review, but let me pull it up so I make sure I call it the right thing because I love it. And it's by two authors that I really enjoy. I'm going to put this in the chat also. Here's the link for it. All right, Harvard Business Review. If you do not subscribe to that or go check it out, you can even just follow them on Facebook and get a lot of really amazing articles. So this is an older one from 2016. It's called Resilience is About How You Recharge, Not How You Endure. Resilience is how you recharge, not how you endure. And this is by Sean Acor and Michelle Gillian. They are in partnership together, both professionally and personally. They're amazing researchers in the world of positive psychology. And both of them have amazing books and TED Talks if you're looking for some things to fill your brain. They're really amazing. But so what they talk about in here is kind of how our definition or our concept of resiliency is really morphed with this idea, you know, when we're younger, we're going through school and perhaps, you know, we've waited until the very last minute to do something. And we stay up until, you know, they have this example that they use in here, like 3 a.m. finishing up a paper, maybe it's in college. And then we're kind of celebrated for that, right? Like way to endure, way to get that done, way to go through with it. And they talk about how this affects our ongoing understanding and relationship with resiliency, and how we kind of maybe feel like we've hit a wall or we feel that exhaustion and we just keep going through it to get to the other side. And while there is a place for grit, right, this is a bit different than grit. When we do it over and over and over, and it's built into our mindset and it's built into our careers, we can do this for decades. And so through their research, again, I've sent you the link so you can read it and get the details of it. But let me find a particular line I highlighted. Hopefully it's still there. What they talk about is how important it is for us to build in internal and external recovery periods into our days and into our lives. And that's what I want to talk about, because here we are on a Friday morning. I don't know about you, but I had a full week and I am tired. And what I'm doing is already going into the weekend, going, okay, I'll meet that person at 8:30 in the morning to go take care of that thing. And then I've got that phone call Sunday at 3, and then I'm going to meet with those folks. And then we're celebrating my dad's birthday on Saturday at this time. And it's just going, I'm going, and they're fun things, but it's still going and going. So what I haven't done is built in my recovery period from a big, busy week. And so where is that? And if not me, then whom? Who does that? And then within the day, so these internal recovery periods, making sure that we're building those in as well. Specifically, and I'm hoping I'm speaking right into your ear and into your mind and into your heart, taking breaks, taking our breaks, getting up from our desks, moving around and taking our breaks, going outside, even if it's 112 today, and inhaling that really hot air, letting your eyes see something else besides the insides of those walls or inside of your, office or whatever's happening for you. And how easy it is for us to not do those things. I'm just going to push through this, right? I'm just going to finish this thing. But 2 decades go by and we keep doing that. And so where are you? This is the mindfulness practice of saying, how are you? And how are you building in your internal and external recovery periods? And that it's not just about what, especially what the research points out, is it's not just about stopping. It's not just about saying, well, I'll stop this report, I'll stop working on this screen, um, and I'll go and work on something else. That's not necessarily a break from it. Our brain needs to be shifted into something else. It needs to be brought into something that fills us, whether it's our breath, these beautiful mindful moments that we can create. We've talked in here about tilt. There's other practices, like one called stop, that reminds us to stop, take a breath, observe our feelings, and then proceed as needed. Whatever acronym we're using, it's what are we doing to support ourselves in really building our resiliency practice, and knowing that that is something we cultivate and that we have the right to do for ourselves and for our health and for our well-being. And so I encourage you today, if you haven't this week or you aren't doing it, I want to encourage you to take your breaks today. And then find a place in your weekend where it is just about resting and recovering, whether that is through crafting, whether that is through reading, but building in your recovery period, even if it's just an hour this weekend. What is that? What is that for you? All right, let's go ahead and get into a practice right now. I think today we could check off the recovery right here in 10 minutes. Go ahead and close your eyes. You can also just shift your gaze downward and keep your eyes just slightly open. Bring in a full breath and exhale a full breath. Again, inhale a full breath through your nose. Allow it to fill your chest, your belly. And then exhale that full breath, feeling your belly fall and your chest fall and your lips. Slowly exhale. And do one more of those on your own. You can allow that exhale to be audible if you'd like. Just adding one more layer of release. Bring your body into this practice. You might be lying down or sitting or even standing. Whatever your posture, bring it into this practice. And we're going to bring it in a way that is both relaxed and also attentive. This posture reminds us of this practice, this cultivation of working and recovery. It's a beautiful balance, one that we attend to and we check in with ourselves and we realign as needed. So find your base, whether that's your feet or your bottom or your back, depending on your posture. And just ground in, find a full balanced position. If you're on your feet or your bottom, you might find that you rock a little bit to find that balance point, grounding in your toes and your heels. If you're sitting, you might kind of rock side to side on the sits bones, forward and backward, and finding that place where your belly and your back are engaged, but not stiff, just engaged, attentive. Bring that energy all the way up and into the shoulders, finding them on your back, your shoulder blades on your back, your shoulders into their sockets, away from the ears. Extend the crown of the head while tucking the chin just a bit, creating an opening for breath to move into and out of our body. And then bring your attention and your focus into your face. Relaxing that spot between the eyebrows. You might bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Find a relaxation in the jaw. And you may even invite a slight smile to the lips. As you're in this space and bringing your attention back to the space as it drifts, which is normal. You might consider your own resiliency and recovery process. How are you in relationship to building and cultivating your own resiliency? What does that even mean to you? What is recovery? What is resiliency? And as your mind explores this, coming back to the body occasionally, realigning with that relaxation and attentiveness. What are you able to do today and tomorrow to invest in your own recovery periods? As you explore this, just watch your mind. Observe the busyness of the mind. Are there immediate objections? Can't, we're too busy. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe next month, next year, next lifetime. I can't, I should. Just observing. Reminding ourselves that we don't have to subscribe to those. We don't even have to control those thoughts. We can just simply observe them and then go back to our curiosity. How can I build that in today? What's one tiny step? It's one thing I can do. I think we often consider recovery these big getaways, going to the coast for the weekend and need to go to Hawaii or Mexico. But they can be done in small 10-minute, 60-second intervals. As we close, find your breath again. Find that posture again. And then slowly open your eyes. Thanks for being here. I hope you do something in the recovery world this weekend, whatever that is. Be well. See you next week.